Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai. All praise unto Yahweh Shemi Shai, Wahar Kadash. Okay, double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone. Honors you brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. So this is you Israelites, you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, and the RFID chip is the mark of the beast. So this is gonna be a quick video regarding the Israelis, and you got it to where the embassy, the U.S. embassy, was opened by this dude Trump, okay, out there in Jerusalem, and in the midst that you had it to where the Israeli government, okay, or the army or whatever kills dozens of people at the Gaza border, right, as the U.S. embassy opens in in Jerusalem. So I'm gonna read a little bit of this, but this is the premise, but really I'm gonna go into the scriptures, and you're gonna find out from the Bible, from the scriptures, from the holy scriptures, that pretty much them people out there that they call themselves the so-called Jews out there within the land out there, okay, ain't the people of the Most High. Because if you had it the way it was the people of the Most High, then you was gonna have peace upon the earth. But you're gonna see that within the scriptures, okay? So it says more than 2,400 Palestinian demonstrators were wounded on Monday along the border fence in Gaza. Okay, the health ministry reported mass protests began March 30th. So all of this happened today. It says Palestinian officials say also 52 people have been killed in the latest round of protests, and this is all to deal with this border being set up within Jerusalem or something or rather. Okay, but the fact of the matter, the purpose of this video is dealing with the killing aspect, the war aspect, because everybody knows it right now that the Israelis, okay, are basically spearheading to have a war against the Iranians. And when you go into the scriptures and when you see how Israel was going to be established, the real Israel, you find out that peace was going to be upon the earth. Okay, this is why I said it's going to be a quick video, because I'm just going to hit this scripture and I expound upon a few points, and it's going to be real easy. It's going to be really simple. Okay, to see that these people ain't the people that call themselves the Israelis out there. They ain't the real Jews, man. This is not the people of the Most High. Okay, so this is the book of Isaiah, the 2nd chapter within the scriptures. Okay, the book of the prophets. Okay, Isaiah, the 2nd chapter and the 2nd verse, it says, "It shall come to pass that in the last days," so in the last days, okay, "that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains." So when you go into the scriptures and you read the word mountain, that's dealing with government. Now I wonder if it's going to say it here. Okay, so it says a hill country or a mount. But really, when you go into the word mountain, especially within the book of Ezekiel, you find out that, Israel is referred to as a mountain. Okay, and the people there, okay, this is dealing with a nation. Okay, so it's dealing with a government. Okay, that's why you have summits. Summits are what? The peak of the mountains. Okay, so it says it's come to pass that in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house, okay, shall be established in the top of the mountain. So the governing body of the Israelites, okay, the elect, shall be established above all the other government upon the face of the earth. What's another scripture that comes to mind to tie in with this? The book of Daniel, the 2nd chapter, where the scripture says that what? The saints shall take the kingdom. Okay, and the kingdom was going to be established and it shall not be left to other people. Okay, this is simple stuff. The top of the mountain shall be as exalted above all the hills, and all the nations shall flow unto it. So do all the people upon the face flow unto the Israelis right now? No, man, they despise them. Okay, and what nation of people is that synonymous with? When you go to where you got something called anti-Semitism and there's protection against that, what does that say about that particular group of people? That means that they are a hated people, and they got to go through legislative means to have it to where they're not despised out and out. That's why they got to have paperwork protection, man. Okay, but when we get set up, okay, the nations are going to hate it, especially Esau is going to hate it. But when the nations have served their punishment and Esau is wiped off of the face of the earth, they're going to love our rule, man. Okay, because it's going to be a fair rule. Whereas you got it to where the rule right now underneath Esau, okay, is totally unrighteous. Of which Esau, the head nation of Esau, is the same people that you call the Israelis today. Okay, So this talk, you're gonna have the nations flow onto it. To what? One thing that comes to mind. Well, really two things. Okay, the scripture says that the nation of Israel, okay, the Israelites was gonna be a kingdom of kings and priests. Okay, so these nations gonna flow for judgment. Now you might have a Jewish lawyer, but you gotta use a Jewish lawyer because this is their system. Okay, this is this unrighteous system. They set that whole thing up. So you gotta go if you're trying to get off on a case. Okay, if you've got alimony, you don't or you gotta pay some. They're trying to your wife's trying to take you through the ringer. You gotta get a Jewish lawyer. Okay, but the same thing is gonna be similar within the kingdom, except you're gonna have an Israelite lawyer who's gonna judge the matter by way of the scriptures. Okay, but also too, you got the thing of what? Sacrifices unto the Lord, not necessarily sacrifices, but the priestly duties that we that we are going to be doing, okay, for these different people. So how to conduct yourself and so on and so forth, the things that the priest would do. That's why the scripture says we're going to be a nation of kings and priests, man. We ain't going to have to teach each other about the scriptures. You ain't going to have pastors amidst the Israelites within the kingdom. We're gonna be born knowing that. Okay, that's within the book of Hebrews, the 8th chapter and the 8th verse, and the book of Ezekiel, or is it the 37th chapter? Okay, so we're going to be born doing all right, but we're still going to be priests because we're going to be priesting. That's a new thing. Okay, we're going to be priests unto those different nations. Okay, the heathens. Okay, and it says, and many people shall go and say, come, let us go up unto the mountain of the Lord, which is is Israel, which is not what's happening right now. What's happening right now, you got it to where you got people being killed at the Israeli borders. You got it to where Israel wants to go up there and fight against Iran. Okay, so that's not that can't be the mountain upon of the Lord, man. That's going to be a different people. Okay, and when you go into the scriptures, you find out that the least or the flock shall draw them out, and the bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. Okay. And I believe Ashdod, let me get my facts straight. Ashdod, okay. I want to misquote or misrepresent this truth. Okay, so let's go into the scriptures here. Where is it? Not represent. Okay. Twat. Okay, bear with me. Here we go. So this is the scripture here within the book of within the book of Zechariah 9:6, it says, and the bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I'll cut off the pride of the Philistines. So this is a major Philistine city on the Mediterranean west from Jerusalem. Okay, modern Ashdod. Okay, so pretty much around about that area where the so-called Jews are in right now, and then you got the Palestinians, of which it's neither of their land, it's our land. Okay, so the people the scripture also says, there was going to be a synagogue of Satan that was going to call themselves Jews, but they were not Jews. Okay, this is the same people that are in the land right now calling themselves Israelis. They ain't the people of the Most High, because you ain't got peace upon the earth. You got nothing but war. And they're the ones that finance and control the wars that are happening right now within the earth. Matter of fact, they had a documentary and some particular articles that come out on YouTube and Google, and they was going into the fact that all of them presidents, most of them presidents, you go out there, them top bankers. Okay, we know the top bankers are so-called Jews, but also too, some of them presidents are within the office, their line also goes back onto them so-called Jews. Okay, now you got some puppets within, amidst that, but I believe they said something like the Clintons and the Bushes go back onto them so-called Jews. But those are lesser luminaries, man. Those are the small dogs. Okay, the big dogs are them, within this world. Okay, them big wicked dogs are the so-called Jews out there that they be running things. You don't even know they're running things. Okay, the ones that you might think you bought a Sony TV or a Samsung TV, or you bought a Sony phone or Apple iPhone, and you think that's a different brand from something else, and you find out that there's a shell company that owns both companies that compete against each other, and it's run by one single Jew. Those are the big players, man. Like most of the pharmaceutical companies and the food industry, there might be actually only 3 major players within that, all so-called Jews controlling that. Okay, And what they putting within your food? Nothing but poison. Okay? What they bringing forth to the earth? Nothing but death. So this can't be the people of the Lord, because they don't fit the prophecy. Okay, and said many people shall go to it and say, let us go out unto the mountain of the Lord, to the house of God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways. You go out there into Israel right now, what you gonna find out? You're gonna find out about the gay parade in Tel Aviv. Okay, you're gonna find out about kosher pig. Okay, you're gonna find out about all types of wickedness, man. Okay. And he says, and he will teach us of his ways. So if we was going to learn the ways of the Most High, you can't learn it from the so-called Jews right now. They don't observe the way of the Lord right now. Okay, right now. They don't observe the way of the Lord, period, point blank. The scripture says that if favor be shown unto the wicked, they was still not going to be doing right. You know, they're in the land right now, but are they doing right? No, they ain't doing right. The wicked is all hell. Okay, and he teaches us. So if you're going out there to learn the ways of the Jews, you're going to find out there's going to be the wicked ways. And we walk in his path, for out of Zion shall come forth the law. The law ain't coming out of Jerusalem. And the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. The word of the Lord ain't coming out of Jerusalem. So this is going to be talking about a different time. Okay? And this is the point. And he shall judge among the nations. They ain't doing that. They shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares. And this is the point. Okay? Into plowshares and their pruning hooks. And their plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks, and nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn of war anymore. So this is not a fulfillment of that prophecy. They're actually going the other way. They're going about to establish war, going to prove that they're not the Jews, they're not the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. That's going to be another people. And when you read the scriptures, that fits you Negroes. This prophecy fits you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna say, all praises. The prophecies fit you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna say, all praises unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone. Honestly, brothers, I'll be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.